All right, what up, family? Today we gonna switch gears a bit, slow things down. All right, I got a little surprise for y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at one of the worst channels I've ever seen. Andy Pants Gaming. Spoiler alert, Andrew is not a gamer. So I'm gonna spoil the fun for a moment and just let it be known that this guy has already been exposed for being a grifter. I think it was about a year ago he had a little debate with the Ackman and he lost the debate and he threw a tantrum. He ended up striking his own channel, which I've just never seen before. So I don't want you guys to look at this guy like he's any sort of threat. It's not really him, but more so the people who watch him. But I wanted to highlight, not only is Andy Pants Gaming a fraud, but he is also a raging racist homophobe, and so is his audience. You see where this is going. So look, if history tracks, y'all know them people. Look at my finger. Them people, they like to target us when we're isolated, when we're alone. Listen, if you are a fellow brother or sister or just an ally, it's okay. You can be an ally. Go ahead and get in the comments, just hit the like button, just let them people know we're not alone here, okay? Now let's get back into Andrew here. Andrew is a gamer who obviously, from looking at his channel, is not really all that into games. Damn, nigga, what do you like? Now, I know I see a trend here, but I'll give the audience another second or two to figure it out. This guy seems to hate anything with gays, blacks, trans, or white women. I wonder why. No, it can't be that though, right? There's gotta be another way. There is absolutely no way a channel that openly spits racist ideology and consistently attempts to dunk on the LGBTQ community is monetized on YouTube, right? Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, the video we'll be starting off with today is The God of War is a Girl Boss Now. Here we go.
This guy's wife's boyfriend let him get on Twitter long enough to post this. It's genuinely wild how many people are making an absolute show of themselves over God of War Laufey. Game looks crazy good. If you decide you aren't going to play because girl, not Kratos, then you're probably going to lose out massively. Guys, these cucks, it's all bearded millennial cuck men, and they are the reason why we're getting this. Never forget that they are to blame. But guys, y'all are probably wondering, Andrew, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Andrew, what the fuck are you talking about? So already I'm sure you could tell what kind of video this is. He's clearly not here to actually talk about video games. That was all just a ploy to get a lot of weak-minded gamers to think that this is about games. But no, that's all a part of the grift itself. Andy Pants Gaming does not play games. Now, honestly, I don't have to prove this to you. He will do that in literal seconds.
And I just want to say I called this. 2 months ago, I posted in a video that this was about to happen, and PlayStation confirmed it at the Gay Has No Limits showcase. Guys, I don't know if you've realized, PlayStation desperately needs a win right now. It's like $1,000 for a PS5. Steam Deck prices are going through the roof. Nobody's buying PS5s anymore. A lot of people have said this is the worst video game generation they've ever seen. And a lot of people like me, I still own a PS4 because there's literally they've given me absolutely no reason to buy a PS5. Their stock is cratering. And so PlayStation is doing really, really bad right now financially. So what was their response to this?
Not only has he proved his bias, his clear hate for anything gay, and on top of that, literally admitting he does not even own a PlayStation 5. But I know some of you are thinking, what's wrong with what he's saying? The issue is later in these videos, he's going to try to imply that he's a fan of these franchises, which is just clearly not the case. I mean, it's obvious. Even the games he claims to be based, he can't even take a moment to go record his own gameplay for half the games he's talking about. He's a fucking fraud.
A normal company would say, man, let's revive a storied franchise and remind fans of the PlayStation brand, and let's revive the base and bring them back to the PlayStation that they used to know. Nope. PlayStation didn't decide to do that. They said, let's take a beloved character from 2005 with 11 games in which he is the hero, and let's replace him with a woman. Dude, Guys, I'm just like, if I can be honest, like, is anybody else just sick of this fucking shit, man? Like,
all right, so I feel like it goes without saying, bro. Andrew is just blatantly lying here. And I'll be honest, this was the part where I thought his channel was like satire. Like, I thought he was making fun of other channels doing this exact shit. Because I'm like, bro, there's no way he has no idea who this character is, right? Faye, the wife of Kratos, who was in the game, where the reboot was literally about spreading her ashes. I genuinely cannot believe how easily these people get away with showing they have no knowledge of the source material, or even the fact that Kratos is literally in the trailer. For God's sake, he's in the trailer. Like, all this talk about replacing and games losing the plot, but this fake ass gamer claims to love a game where the main character fulfills his wife's final wishes.
look at this, dude. Kratos turned into a woman. Geralt turned into a woman. Joel turned into a woman, practically. Ghost of Tsushima turned into a woman. Uncharted turned into a woman. Hades turned into a woman. Even cartoon characters of whatever that game's called turned into a woman.
All right, let's just stop here, bro. Clearly, this guy has no idea what he is talking about. I'm not even sure if this is his own image or something one of his little right-wing grift buddies made up, but clearly somebody forgot to send him the notes. Now, look, we've already discussed prior that Faye is not replacing Kratos, as he is still set to have games featuring him and an entire remake. Let me say this one more time. An entire remake of the classics that he's talking about in this video. Something you would know if you paid literally any attention to the franchise. And then up next, I see it says Geralt has been replaced with Ciri. So this was a game that was adapted from a series of novels. So like, this shit already has kind of pre-established lore. So this is another example of Andy Pants just making shit up. Now, these games are pretty big. All right, The Witcher 3 quite literally being one of the most selling games of all time. Once again, Andy Pants on Fire is literally showing he lacks all the knowledge of the games he presents. Now, unlike Andrew, I've actually had the luxury of playing The Witcher 3. Now, don't tell Andrew this, because clearly he does not know yet, but this woman that's so-called replacing Geralt, you actually spend a good chunk of the game searching and saving this character. Joel from The Last of Us 1, a whopping one game, has now been replaced by Ellie, his daughter, which, to remind you, because clearly Andy has no recollection, the entire first game is about protecting and getting this character to Utah to find a cure. Jin Sakai, after a whopping one game, is now being replaced by a completely different character in a completely different story. Fucking Nathan Drake. I cannot believe this one. I'm not gonna lie, Andy, you're a evil dude for this one. So he's trying to insinuate that Nathan Drake has now been replaced by Chloe Fraser. Yes, the Chloe Fraser from, I think, Uncharted 2, like the second game in the franchise. And now I guess, and I didn't know this until he told me, this is now the main character of Uncharted. Like, come on, bro. In a time where we actually have gender swap characters, you think he'd have better examples? Even for Uncharted, like, I'll throw you a bone here. You could have said the next game would feature his daughter, because that's likely where they're taking it. But you would have to play the games to know that. And we all know Andy doesn't play games.
Guys, and you know who's allowing it, and we're gonna get into them in a second, but it's these millennial beard cuck Reddit homos, dude, who think that they're gonna get like a scrap of pussy from a woman who's gonna be like, oh, thank you so much for white knighting for me on the internet, dude. Like, women don't care, dude.
So now we get to the meat of it. The true culprit, the gay cucks. Bro, I fucking hate the way this guy talks, bro. Can we just rip the band-aid off for a second? I want everybody in the comments to guess this guy's age right now. Now, while you guys do that, I want to kind of tell you there's absolutely nothing wrong with being older or younger and wanting to talk about games. After all, he is 41 years old, so he may as well be the godfather of this shit. I mean, 41 years old crying about women all day while not showing your face. Yeah, this guy's clearly Mr. Bitches.
And anyway, it's not about women in games. We're totally fine with women in games. We love Tomb Raider. What this is about, again, is you took our dude.
No, bro, I'm telling you, this guy is a natural, bro.
They took our dude.
Like, holy shit. Way to put the bow on this garbage ass video. Now, this shit is 22 minutes long, but I'm gonna save you guys the time and just let you know. He doesn't really explain much beyond this. He's kind of already made his point. Aside from pointing at the screen and calling everyone gay, cuck, ugly, woke, whatever, this faceless 41-year-old just cries that he can't have his big, strong, white man game for just one moment. God forbid a white woman want to take the spotlight for a second, right? And this was the guy calling everybody else gay, by the way.
You took based, masculine, badass, bangs all the goddesses, Kratos, and you replaced him with this ugly bitch with a talking cube and a talking sword.
I mean, come on, guys. Do I have to say it?
Nobody wants this shit, man. So I started a podcast recently, and I'm going to link it at the end of the show.
Man, fuck this dude and his faceless ass podcast. Yo, I'm going to spoil the fun again. It's just this exact video, but it's just in long form, bro. There's nothing different in them podcasts, bro. He has over 100 videos and still can't find a way to stop recycling the same 3 fucking topics over and over again. Y'all got to stop gassing these creators up, dog. Real talk. Not everybody need a podcast, my nigga. A faceless pod is crazy, by the way.
I've just had to take a break from this stuff, man. I'm just kind of off in my own little world now, like playing my Xbox 360 games, because I think we thought this was going to end, right? We thought, oh yeah, it'll maybe in a year it'll be over. Maybe in 2 years it'll be over. Like I started this channel in summer 2024. I thought this junk was going to be over, man. And here we are, summer 2026, and this shit is still, it hasn't slowed down at all, man.
I mean, holy shit, dog. He's literally telling people he didn't even think this would last this long, bro. Like, way to keep the facade up, buddy. This guy is genuinely surprised he's able to remain jobless while trying to dunk on anything feminine, gay, or minority, bro. He even decided to start a podcast because the money is just too good. Holy shit.
Look at these ugly bitches that they're like, these companies hate money. That is the only explanation I can think of this. And bro, Asian studios just looking at you like this, like, man, what's wrong with the West? What's wrong with those Americans, dude?
And there it is, bro. The far right's biggest scapegoat right here, bro. Stellar Blade. Oh! Once again, unlike Andrew's non-gaming ass, I can actually show you proof that I played this game. Not only back when it originally released on PS5, because I own one, but even a PC re-release. And I find it funny how this is the game he stands behind, but still can't give any critiques on the actual product. Fucking ridiculous. See, this is a part of the problem to me, though. So many gamers have been priced out that I actually believe people don't even really care if you've played the game or not. Now, luckily, people like us still exist. Stellar Blade was at best a 7 out of 10 game that will likely nail it on the sequel. In my opinion, the soundtrack is the biggest takeaway, and honestly, I feel like that should get a lot more recognition than everything else. Now, although I thought the combat was good, I also felt it lacked the depth for me to kind of keep replaying it, so the game just didn't have the longevity I felt like it needed. And yes, Eve was hot. Yes, we all know. So you see how I can technically say the same thing as Andrew, but it's obvious I'm familiar with what I'm talking about. I don't even know why Andrew pulled this up, because in the beginning of the video, he literally told us they've never given him a reason to buy a PlayStation. Stellar Blade is by all means a PlayStation game. So I don't know what the fuck he's on about. He never played it.
You don't even meet a man who looks like the man on the left anymore. You meet a man who wants to be a woman now. That's what our society is full of, dude.
As you can see, man, Andrew's starting to get to the real issue here, guys. He wants to play as a character you can fuck. But the bigger plot twist is Andrew clearly has a bias towards men.
Yeah, 11 games based angry Kratos, and they thought, hey, let's turn him into a woman. This is going to go well. The fans are going to love this. Guys, there is no God of War anymore. The God of War is a mom now. She's a mom folding laundry. 11 games washed away. And like I said earlier, this woman is gorgeous. This, like, Sony, how did you F this up? All you had to do was scan her in, make her the main character. Like, why are they so fixated? It's because they hate men, y'all. We need to be honest about what it really is. They hate men at the end of the day. That's all it is. That's the only reason you would scan an actually beautiful human being in and then make them ugly, is because you hate men, you're a demon, and you're going to burn in hell one day.
The only reason you would scan an actually beautiful woman into the game and then make them ugly. I mean, holy shit, man. Like, you couldn't make it any more obvious that you've never had a woman in your life. Like, honestly, I kind of get how some of his viewers could be fooled. Like, I mean, I'm a gamer. Surprise, surprise. I get it. I know we're not exactly known for being the best with women, clearly. But to say this woman is actually beautiful, but now because she's in a game without her makeup, she's now an ugly bitch. Wow, Andrew. Just wow. Now, I'm not going to entertain this conversation of women being ugly or the West playing it safe when clearly this is a subjective matter. But it's clear to me Andrew has never woken up with a woman before, because this is Deborah Ann Wool. Like, I hate to break it to you, but this is her. Now, personally speaking, this is not really my type for real. But I can admit, she's far from ugly, though. But I think Andrew here would rather beat one off to one of these characters rather than play the actual game. No wonder he had nothing to say about Stellar Blade.
Let's get into what some of the cucks are saying. These bearded Reddit millennials whose wife's boyfriend let them post on Twitter for a little while. And what are they saying? They're saying, why do people have an issue against a female protagonist? Get over it. I bet if she had a BBL and huge tits, these same no grass touching basement dwellers wouldn't be hoarding their pussy, saying it hurts after bumping into a wall. Dude, he's calling us soft. Meanwhile, he's advocating for a woman in a game. Like, bro, you're the pinnacle of soft.
I'm going to skip past the attempt to make it seem like this dude said anything wrong or offensive in this tweet. He also does this annoying ass voice when he reads these tweets. You can really tell this guy gets a kick out of his own jokes. Like, he thinks he's funny as shit. Like, you could just tell this internet shit really means something to him. He take this serious. But even crazier, reading this and knowing he's describing you is honestly just the most telling thing here. Are you advocating for a woman in a game? You're the pinnacle of soft. But just a couple minutes ago, it was.
And anyway, it's not about women in games. We're totally fine with women in games. Meanwhile, he's advocating for a woman in a game. Like, bro, you're the pinnacle of soft. We're totally fine with women in games.
All right, so that's enough of that video, bro. He really just spends the rest of the time talking in circles and just calling everybody gay, bro. Like, literally for the rest of the video, he tries his hardest to sound cool and edgy. Like, the only way I can explain it is literally a 41-year-old trying to sound cool to a bunch of children. But now I'd like to move on to the next video, guys. Why everyone wants the 2000s back. It's not just going to be a video of him nostalgia baiting and saying the most popular gaming takes that literally everybody agrees with, just to ultimately take a weird shift to pushing his right-wing white supremacy anti-DEI rhetoric, right? Right?
Here's a question we've all been haunted by as we tried to fall asleep at night. Why have video game budgets and graphical fidelity skyrocketed the past 20 years while games themselves have gotten objectively worse? At age 43, people tell me, you're just nostalgic. But then I see 20-year-olds preferring games from the 2000s to modern slop as well. Doesn't that pretty much prove these games were objectively better? Classics like Metal Gear Solid 3, Devil May Cry, Final Fantasy X, San Andreas, and God of War put modern slop to shame. But if games from the 2000s had less pixels, less hardware, less gigabytes, how could they possibly be better? This is the question I want to explore in this video, and I think it begins with understanding 2000s culture.
This video pretty much confirmed that he has no idea what he's talking about, and this is an obvious grift. So let's just fast forward to where he actually makes his point.
So guys, how did this happen? How did edgy games from the 2000s get replaced with Fortnite and Roblox slop? And what I think it all goes back to is the fact that progressive women, gays, and Redditors do not have God in their lives and therefore need to project their incorrect morality on the world around them to justify their own pathetic existence.
Like, bro, imagine you're a child, right? You think you're just watching a regular ass gaming retrospective video about the good old days, right? The early 2000s, when this nigga was like 18 years old, by the way. Mind you, I want to mention in all of this video, he doesn't even mention the black culture that influenced a lot of the games he claims to love here. But that's just typical whitewashing, guys. Having the perfect memory of all events, but strategically leaving out all the diverse elements that made the genre actually pop off. Not to this guy, bro. It's the gays, the Redditors, and whatever the fuck else he said. This guy stinks, bro.
In the 90s, who were the only people complaining about violence in video games? It was Christian Karens, right? It was our moms. But today, who are the, quote, religious people of today? Who are the, so to speak, priests and bishops of our culture today calling out things and calling them wrong? Is it not the woke people? Is it not, ironically, the degenerates who are calling things right or good or evil? And do you guys see the irony here?
Oh, yeah, no, I see it all right, bro. The woke degenerates are destroying good old white man games. It's not like y'all don't got a million other ones on the way.
They call everything you do white supremacy, even though you're just a white guy who wants to live his life. They create words like toxic masculinity to make men feel bad about their God-given desires. They preach diversity, except when it's a bunch of fat, purple-haired white women in a room. No, they're fine. They don't need diversity. Have you ever thought to ask this question? Why is it only the majority white countries that need diversity? Guys, I hope you see what I'm getting at here. Wokeness isn't just a cancer. It's not just a symptom of a mentally ill person who screeches whenever they see Trump. Wokeness is an alternate religion. It's an alternate faith. It elevates the gay black lesbian to the status of a demigod. And by the way, I know tons of black people who actively hate this woke shit and are tired of being used as pawns by white liberals.
Okay, so this guy is just firing off buzzwords. Like, can y'all hear this nigga? Are we serious? If you can't tell his heart is not in this shit, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. He just said wokeness is a religion that turns black women into God. I don't know what this nigga is talking about. He is ass. Like, at first, I kind of thought he was good at this grifting shit, but all you gotta do is just watch 2 videos from this dude, and like, you'll see him contradict himself over and over and over and over again. To be completely honest with you, I'm not even surprised at all about a white man trying his hardest to redefine a word that wasn't even in his daddy's vocabulary, bro.
I'm simply tired of seeing gays and Jews and Redditors running all the media I consume. I'm tired of diversity. I'm tired of the obsession with multiculturalism. I'm tired of the hatred of white people. White people created the internet, toilets, modern plumbing, and Western society itself. These are our culture. Why is every other race allowed to have a culture except for white people? So bringing this all back to video games, guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Andrew has finally made his point. He just wants to be included. Oh, poor nigga. Bro, it's not like you have every single white male protagonist to choose from. Maybe if you weren't so busy using your own kind as a punching bag, you would realize it's always been about white people. The only reason he's mad is because nobody actually gives a fuck. Turns out people do like games with women in them, with black people, with gay people. She's gay. But no, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew will tell it different. Surely there's a different agenda.
A lot of you guys haven't thought that, like, playing as a dude for 500 hours is way more fun than playing as a woman for 500 hours. Because what are you going to do? Get railed by dudes?
Perfect. I think everybody want to shut the fuck up right now. This shit is getting serious, nigga. Definitely getting serious, nigga. You know shit getting serious. Got me a fucking switch, nigga. Nigga, get on my dick or try to run from this shit. You ain't mad about no blood, nigga, mad about a bitch. You ain't mad about no money, nigga, mad about a feet. When I carry this nigga, I feel like the reason. So ass in that money, put your ass on the bleachers. Nigga, I hit you with this fucking mic, put your bitch ass out the game, nigga.